Hello everyone, and thanks very much for joining us again here at Intensely Relaxed Gaming. With me, as seemingly always, is Daz.
Hello.
You alright? Nice and relaxed.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be playing some Star Wars Legion, so we're completing our trifecta of Fantasy Flight Star Wars games. We've done Armada, we've done X-Wing,
Yep.
and now we're Ground Forces. So we're doing a skirmish. 500 point-ish battle. I think the Rebels are actually 475-ish, and I think the Imperials are like 491-ish. You're taking out Krennic, so the oppressor from Rogue One.
He seems like a pretty good guy to me.
Cue all the booze. Myself playing Han Solo and Chewbacca, the walking carpet. Just some fun. Got no idea whether the lists really work or whether I'm sure the more experienced players out there will probably go, why have you put those sorts of units and cards together? And it's like, because it looks alright. But join us and let's see how we get on. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you can. It really does help the channel grow. But without further ado, let's just dive straight into having a look around the tabletop and seeing how it's set up. Hello everyone, and here we are fighting over some field with some buildings. But we don't really need to create too much of a narrative. This is really our first foray into Legion. We played a couple of games off camera to try and get the basics, but I'm sure we're going to make plenty of mistakes, and I can also feel rest assured that people will point them out and constructively in the comments, which, all sarcasm aside, is actually very helpful. So I'm going to be taking the Rebels for a spin. I have Han Solo. He's got duck and cover, targeting sights, and he also has he has some other card. I can't remember off the top of my head what he's got. I'll come back to him in a moment. Chewbacca is here as well. He has the tenacity card, he has a targeting scope, and he has offensive push. Two of those cards I don't have, and I don't have enough copies of targeting scope as well. We've got two sets of Rebel Troopers with the Z6 Trooper add-on and the additional Trooper. They also have fragmentation grenades as well as targeting scopes. I've just put the fragment grenade there just to remind me that they've all got it, because the Commandos also have it as well. We've got this unit of Commandos. Again, they've got offensive push, I believe. They've got the sniper add-on. They have got targeting scopes and frag grenades. So that is them. And we have set up with Chewbacca and a group of troopers there. We have Han on his lonesome, just so that he can make sure he can issue an order to those troopers. Troopers here, and then the Pathfinders have used Scout 2 just to get a little bit forward up towards one of the objectives, the closer objective, just seeing being tucked around the back there. Moving on to the other side, just to pass on, we've got some Death Troopers here, some Stormtroopers, we've got Krennic, more Stormtroopers, and then some Shore Troopers over here. And their deployment cards, we've got obviously Krennic with his strict orders. He's also got commanding presence and shock horror targeting scopes. Stormtroopers, additional Stormtrooper with the DLT-19 Stormtrooper, again targeting scopes. Assume everything's got targeting scopes. Another set of Stormtroopers, some Shore Troopers with an additional Stormtrooper, the T-21B Trooper targeting scopes. And lastly, Death Troopers with the DLT-19 Trooper. They have the E11B the E11D weapon rather than, they come with the standard E11, but it just allows them to swap into two different configurations. They've got targeting scopes. They've also got offensive push on them as well. So that's where we are with those guys. We are playing a standard battle line setup with limited visibility, and our main mission is recover the supplies. So effectively any trooper unit can also now do an action called claim, which allows them to claim an objective that is in base-to-base contact with their unit leader. And as the battlefield goes, we can see that there's one right in the middle. We have one just quite nicely blended in with that terrain there. one behind some barricades in front of the command bunker. We've got another behind some barrels and debris over there in a supply depot, and another just in the middle of no man's land. So the battlefield sort of set up here, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 just behind there. So that is the mission. So we'll crack on with it. The limited visibility does mean that you can't see further than distance 2 in the first turn, and you can't see distance greater than distance 3 in the second turn. So it's going to potentially allow us to get into a slightly better positions before we all shoot each other to death.
Sounds good.
Sounds good? All right. Join us then as we head into round 1. Right, so end of round 1. Lots of movement, can't really see anyone because of the obscuring fog or whatever. So as you can see, we've got some troopers that have moved up here on my side, some pathfinders there. I'm not quite sure I'm happy with the movement there, just because they can't actually claim the objective because they're not a trooper unit. Han is out in the middle of nowhere because I suddenly realised I might want to move him over to the other side to help over this side a little bit more. We've got trooper unit close-ish but not quite with that objective taken. Chewie readying himself round the back there. Move some stormtroopers and some shore troopers into the trees. We've got Krennic and a set of stormtroopers there around the objective ready to claim that whenever you go. And some naughty little death boys over there in the corner, and the troops ready to pounce on my commandos by the looks of it. How are you feeling so far? Is the setup alright?
Yep, pretty good.
I don't know how it's going to work out with the objectives. I think it's going to be an absolute killing zone. I've made it a little bit open here in the middle, but I think I might end up regretting this. But let's see how it plays out in turn 2. End of round 2, and lots of dancing around. I've now got a couple of different, my commando's been knocked down a couple, but we've got troopers up there in support as well now. Death troopers managed to take one of them away, but they're sort of picking off and making this objective quite annoying to try and claim here. I did take out quite a bit of the stormtroopers, but they have still claimed and then retreated a little bit. And then over here we have, of course Jess comes in now.
Looking gorgeous.
Huh? Ted, piss off. Shut up, go away.
See his mummy.
Stop. Yeah. Ted, go on. Yeah. It'll be about 2 hours. Where were we? We've got, these guys have moved up, trying to claim a little bit, making it quite difficult for these guys. And then Han has joined Chewie on the left-hand side. Bit bolshy out in the middle of nowhere, so we'll see if he plays for that. We've got the troopers trying to claim this token here, but it's been made very difficult by the fact there's quite a lot of firepower aimed at them. It's not looking great for the rebels from that point of view. Trying to claim these tokens is proving to be a bit of a nightmare. But we'll see how it goes. It's anybody's game at this point. So this is the way the battlefield's looking. End of round 3 then. Bit of a change. We've got a bit of a melee going here, led by the giant walking carpet. So he's engaged the shore troopers there. Han going there as well. It was mainly because Han did the sorry about the mess card, which with Chewie's what is it? Chewie's teamwork badge meant that we've been watching too much Hey Doggy. Teamwork keyword meant that they both got a dodge and an aim. Didn't really help. Han picked off a trooper here and a trooper there with his gunslinger ability, but more than anything else, it just enabled Chewie to get into combat there and tied him up. He didn't get to make any attacks, but he's tied him up, and that's what he needs to do. These troopers have moved up and claimed this objective, but obviously weren't able to move over. These troopers moved up to base this objective, but then shot into the death troopers, just trying to make sure that they try and take as many of these sorts of grenade launchers as these buggers have got, so that's quite annoying. But otherwise, there's this one unit that has got a claimed objective, is just there behind the 3 stormtroopers, and otherwise it's a bit of a stalemate. So we've got 3 more rounds, round 4, 5, 6, yeah, so we're halfway through. Trying to get some objective markers and get the hell out of dodge probably, but we'll see how it goes. End of round 4, a lot thinner on the ground. As I was expecting, a lot of the troopers here got knocked out. The final trooper, captain with the objective, has gone running around there. They exchanged. I tried to pile all of my pressure basically into that one trooper to try and get him to drop the objective, so that even if they were sacrificed, they'd have done a bit of a job there. Chewie took a couple of hits over here and lost a couple of hit points in return and killed 2 of them, I think.
2 of them, yeah.
Han, I think, killed 1, or the troopers killed 1 of the stormtroopers in the forest there. But we're at the end of round 4 now, so 2 turns remaining. We've both got a claimed objective. I need to make sure to keep this with the guy. So 1 objective point, victory point each so far, and we're running out of men, running out of time. So it'll be interesting to see how this finishes off. It all depends on the cards, I think, at this point. So, next one up, round 5. End of the penultimate turn. Well, it's getting scrappy. Han is on 50% health, he's taken 3 damage. Chewie's taken 5 damage, he's only got 4 hit points left himself, but they've been Chewie's been making a bit of mincemeat of the shore troopers there. As expected, the trooper unit here is down to its last mini as the grenade launchers from the Death Troopers. God, they're solid. Wow, they can take a lot of damage and they can deal out quite a lot of damage, can't they? Christ alive. But he did manage to take the objective and just run, and then he survived the shot from Krennic in the back, shockingly. I think when the Death Troopers did their attack, when it was just a couple of them, wasn't it? And they rolled quite insane defense, like one blank, 1 actual armor pip and 2 surges, and they've got a defensive surge. So he survived already all the grenades coming over the top, then picked up the objective marker and ran. Then Krennic shot him in the back and he defended that as well. It's remarkable. So he's MVP, this guy here, MVP. But more really for this last turn is I've just got to hold the objectives. If this unit gets mowed down, if this unit gets killed, I've got no objectives. Whereas Daz has got 1 guy very, very safe out in the middle of nowhere. So we'll see how it plays out in this last turn, turn 6. Pretty quick final round. Victory to the Rebels 2-1, because these guys have got 2 objectives that they've managed to secure here and not get shot.
Got away with 3 there.
Did nearly get away with 3. Han just taking up in the middle there and just shooting left and right and taking out some Death Troopers and another guy, Stormtrooper in the vegetation over there. But pretty close match overall. I mean, all that's got left is I've got 5 guys over here, Han and Chewie. Chewie has 1 hit point left. Han has 3 hit points left. You've got a Death Trooper here. Okay, only 1. Krennic hasn't taken a single hit point of damage. A couple of Stormtroopers there. I think you probably made a mistake of staying in the trees a bit too long.
Too long in the trees.
And a couple of sacrificial pawns on my point of view in terms of Chewie charging into the shore troopers, and then the sort of pathfinders and troopers over here really holding things up, particularly the death troopers who are point for point just seem incredibly strong, very resilient, very consistent damage with the aim, and precise, like 70 or whatever it is it ends up with. But overall, a good, fun game. So, and camera colour keeps fading in and out, whether it likes the trees or not. Look at that. Anyway, enough from us. Thanks very much for joining us again. We'll be playing some more X-Wing Armada and Legion soon, so please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you guys all very soon. Take care.
Bye.